All right, we'll keep it going, guys. In a game versus the Mavs, that was circled on the calendar since the trade, Luka Doncic went off for a triple-double, while LeBron added 27 points, 12 rebounds of his own. As the new-look Lakers, they look reinvigorated and like they could be a problem in the West. Meanwhile, LeBron's former team, the Cavs, routed a respectable Magic team. It was a 40-point drubbing in Orlando where 5 players scored in double digits as the Cavs increased their lead to 6 games ahead of the Celtics in the East. Paging Stephen A. Smith. S.A., would it be a bigger deal, the Cavs winning a title without LeBron or LeBron winning his 5th ring?
I think LeBron winning his 5th ring would be the bigger deal. Obviously, Cleveland winning a championship would be a big deal, but it's not like it's the Showtime Lakers or the Boston. Doggy, you'd appreciate this. It's not like it's the Showtime Lakers or it's the Boston Celtics of the 80s or even the Lakers of Shaq and Kobe, D. Wood, and Eminem. It's not like it's one of those. Even though Boston is the reigning defending NBA champion, when you look at the parity that exists, particularly in the Western Conference, although the Boston Celtics are the prohibitive favorite, you don't look at them and see a dynasty per se as of yet. You see Jason Tatum doing his thing. You see Jaylen Brown still relevant. Porzingis obviously is nothing to sneeze at. But I'm just saying a dynasty hasn't been established yet. And so because of that, the thought of Cleveland possibly winning the championship is not that far-fetched, particularly considering the level of personnel that they have and the job that Kenny Atkinson is doing as a coach. We weren't thinking about the Lakers as champions even after they acquired Luka. We lamented the lack of girth on their front line, etc. We looked at LeBron James. He's 40 years of age in his 22nd season. We've talked about him, my number 2. In some other people's eyes, he is the GOAT. This would only augment and elevate that argument if he ended up winning a championship, particularly playing the way that he played last night. If something like that happens with a rookie head coach, with a mid-season trade that brought Luka to the house, if LeBron James continues to look the way that he looks and they go through the Western Conference and dare we say capture an NBA championship, I don't think anybody can sit up there and say that there would be a story that would be bigger than that. So that would be my answer to this question. LeBron would be the bigger story.
Maybe from the casual sports fan, boy, not for the serious sports fan. He's already won a championship in LA. So it's not like he's going to do anything that already hasn't been done in LA. He's won one there, and his status is cemented. He's not going to go up or down no matter what happens. He's going to probably be 2 at the end of the day. Cleveland, for a team that loses LeBron, how many championships have the Bulls won since Jordan left? To lose that kind of player and then to recover and to win another championship 10 years later, that is a tremendous accomplishment for that city. To lose one of the great players in the history of the NBA and they win in 16, and then they come back even a decade less later and turn around and win another one, what a rebuild that is. Plus, let's be fair. Let's never compare. I know everybody's going to get mad at me at this, but it's true. Cleveland is a much better sports town than Los Angeles is. Always has been, always will be. The Browns, the old Indians, the Cavaliers, that is a great, gritty sports town. LA is transient. They go off and back and forth on the bandwagon. They don't care about football. The Browns in football, are you kidding me? The Cavaliers in basketball and the Guardians, now previously the Indians who've been there for 150 years. That is a great sports town. And for them to win a championship.
Yeah. You spent a lot of time there, right?
Yes, I have, matter of fact, young lady. I have.
I'm just wondering.
Yes. Well, why kind of make a comment?
No, I was just wondering.
Make it up?
No, I just didn't know. I didn't know you spent so much time in Cleveland.
I clearly need the rundown.
All-Star games, Indians and the Cubs, World Series. I went to all the finals.
No, I've been to a bunch of finals there, too. I didn't know you had.
Yes. Okay. Cleveland is the much bigger story, Damien, if they win.
Can we get back on the topic? Like, Doggy just gave us a diatribe about Cleveland sports in general. But to me, the answer is LeBron James and the Los Angeles Lakers.
Yeah.
I always talk about, when you talk about championship teams, there's a couple things that play into that. one of the things being continuity. Think about what the Los Angeles Lakers are in the process of going through right now. You, like Stephen A. talked about, you have a rookie head coach, okay, in the Western Conference, in J.J. Redick, who's kind of maneuvering everything that it takes to be a rookie head coach, the adjustments that you have to make. Oh, by the way, upending your whole roster with a mega trade, ones that we haven't seen, in decades, in the National Basketball Association, and how to transition that team. Which, me being a Lakers fan, I had no expectations of the Lakers winning a championship this year, none. I felt like we weren't in any type of position to contend with the OKCs, the Denver Nuggets, and so on and so forth. For LeBron to go out here, if they were able to win a championship, it's just another power that we can add to the greatness of LeBron James to help navigate this team to come out of the Western Conference and beat, whether you're talking about the Cleveland Cavaliers or the Boston Celtics. Think about that. Who in their right mind would have had the Lakers at any juncture in this season to go out here and come out of the West and then go and beat a team whether it's the Boston Celtics or the Cleveland Cavaliers? Come on, that's the story that we will be talking about at the end of the NBA season.
So when we got this question as we were preparing, it was a no-brainer for me. I was like, LeBron, to do it at this age of his career, to do it with this roster in this window, because it would mean it would be happening now, big-time trade at the trade deadline, that would be huge. And because of our larger conversation that we often have about the ring count, it matters in that ring count when we get into the GOAT conversation. But actually listening to you, Mad Dog,
I don't believe it. I convinced you?
I had not thought, because in my mind, I'm like, LeBron has left teams before, like whatever. Other teams have won championships without LeBron, right? So that was sort of my first thought. But when you tie it to the city and what he meant, and he did go back, right? So at least we have the championship between the announcement. But when you look at it through that lens, I had not digested it there, and I think there is a real case. It feels like it might not be the right word, so y'all help me out, but it's almost like it legitimizes, right, who the Cleveland Cavaliers are as an organization apart from LeBron James. And so I actually think that it would probably be bigger, and it would continue the trend that we've seen in the league as far as not having a back-to-back champion. I believe in the last 6, it might be more than that seasons. It would continue this conversation around parity at large in the league. So I actually think I agree with Doggy now, and it would be more in Cleveland.
Stephen A.
Well, good for you, Eminem. Okay,
Thank you.
Thank you. I appreciate that. You knock yourself out. Let me tell y'all something right now. You look at the Cleveland Cavaliers, and obviously they would be a great story. There is no doubt about that. But we walked into this season thinking there were legitimately 4 different teams that can win an NBA championship, and now we've seen Cleveland's ascension, and we've added them to the mix in a very profound way. Outside of that, that's it. When you look at LeBron James, that storyline, him winning his 5th championship at this stage of his career, his life, looking the way that he's looking at age 40 in his 22nd season, he goes out there with Luka Doncic, and Luka being traded from Dallas, coming to Los Angeles. The projections were, they'll win down the line, but instead they do it now. They win a championship. This will be one of the biggest stories in history. And LeBron James' name will be all over it. It will reach far and wide, and it will extend far longer. When we talk about Cleveland, congratulations, way to go. Y'all really balled out. You won a championship, and we moved on. When we think about LeBron James capturing his 5th title at this stage of his career, with a rookie head coach, with Luka being acquired in midseason, that is a story for the ages that would never dissipate. So, like I said, Eminem, you go ahead and fall for that okey doke with Doggy all you want to, okay? Doggy would, this is supposed to be the historian. This is supposed to be somebody that doesn't just look at the moment, but he looks at historical context and impact. This is what Doggy has made his career off of. But when it comes to this story about LeBron James, all of a sudden that goes out the window. Please, don't believe Doggy 1 second, Eminem. He just wanted to disagree with me, be a contrarian. He knows I'm right, and trust you me, he will admit it later on down the road. He ain't gonna admit it today because it's not profitable for him to do so. He's probably betting on it right now, probably betting on it to happen. He's gonna hedge his bets, mind you. He's talking about it with us right now, and then he'll go and bet in favor of what I'm saying so he can win a boatload of money. Don't let Dougie fool you. Don't fall for that. Don't fall for that, Eminem.
That's funny. I just thought it was a good perspective that had nothing
I
to do with it.
appreciate that. Thank you. What do you think?
It was a good,
You're
it was a
completely
good
wrong.
articulated
No one's thinking about
perspective.
LeBron
But
right
he
now
doesn't
in
believe
Cleveland.
it.
We're thinking about could he win another one. And to that point, if he was to win another one, what does that do for the GOAT conversation? I mean, it's real at this point.
That's
and
my
that's the
first
biggest
thought.
narrative in basketball.
He is never,
Absolutely.
ever.
If he
going
wins
to
another
pass
ring, and now
Michael.
at this age,
he is never
I agree with
passing
that, but it's still a
Michael Jordan.
discussion. It will still be a discussion. I'm not giving it to him over Jordan either, no matter what. But I'm not going to deny that it elevates the credibility of the discussion.
Hold on. Why? Why are you saying that?
Well,
he
he'd
could
be the
win
best
10 more, and it
40-year-old. I'll
doesn't
give you
matter.
that. He'd be the best 40-year-old. Magic had magic. There was Michael had some magic to him. The college championship, Gatorade, the Bulls winning. He never lost in the final.
That's not the reason.
Never played a game 7 in the
Gatorade?
final. Why?
That's not the reason.
Yeah, I know, but like,
that's one of the great
I know, but like, really?
May I teach? May I provide a teachable moment? May I provide a teachable moment? Here's the deal, y'all.
Yes, you may.
Let's stop this nonsense once and for all. Eminem and D. Woody, I want y'all to know this. I told this to Dougie before. Want y'all to know this. This is the definition of the GOAT conversation. It's not about longevity or anything like that. You at your very best, who was better? So in other words, I want you, instead of thinking about the 22 years or anything like that with LeBron, where Jordan only had 13 with the Bulls and stuff like that, 15 overall because of the 2 with the Wizards. The game was different, rules were different, far more physicality then, et cetera, et cetera. Here's all I want y'all to think. Michael Jordan at his very best and LeBron James at his very best, who you going with? We all know the answer to that damn question. We know the answer to that damn question. Y'all don't even need to answer that question. Don't even think about it. Don't even think about it. MJ. There's nothing to discuss. Nothing. And there isn't a basketball aficionado on a planet that would disagree with me. You got to be crazy. There's nothing to discuss.
He's right.
All right. Let's go to break.
Wanna try to boast at what I look like. Keep them going, try to wear, I pull up long range. Jimmy with the heat, I'm on fire. It's NBA over here, feeling fun.